Hi, everyone, and welcome to The Balancing Act. I'm Olga Villaverde.
And I'm Montel Williams.
Today, help with those living with peripheral neuropathy.
And giving the gift of wine.
To me, always red, and bridging the gap between cryptocurrency and charity when it comes to funding rare disease research.
Balancing Act starts right now.
Of the approximately 7,000 known rare diseases, 95% do not have an FDA-approved treatment. Most rare diseases affect only a few hundred to several thousand people, making them extremely difficult to study. Research funding can be scarce. So today, we're joined by Michael Hund, CEO of EB Research Partnership, the largest global organization dedicated to funding research to treat and cure epidermolysis bullosa, or EB, and Alexander Gambin, Chief Brand Officer at Elongate, who is bridging the gap between cryptocurrency and charity. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Olga.
Before we learn how you both are changing the model for rare disease research funding, let's hear about epidermolysis bullosa and how it affects patients. Take a look.
Epidermolysis bullosa, or EB, is a family of life-threatening rare genetic disorders that affect the body's largest organ, the skin. Individuals with EB lack critical proteins that bind the skin's two layers together. Without these proteins, the skin tears apart, blisters, and shears off, leading to severe pain, disfigurement, and internal and external wounds that may never heal. There are four main types of EB which vary in severity and location of where the blisters form. In the more severe forms, life expectancy ranges from early infancy to just 30 years of age. Today, there are no treatments or cures available for the approximately 500,000 children who are affected with EB. We met Chris and Eileen, whose 5-year-old son Brady endures severe pain and grueling bandage changes as a result of his EB.
So when Brady was born, I noticed something was very wrong when I looked at him. Brady did not have skin on his feet. I remember a whiteboard over his, bassinet in the NICU that just said, epidermolysis bullosa ? I could tell by the looks on their faces and by their hesitancy that they hoped this was not the diagnosis. We realized very quickly when we got home that we would wrap wounds, but they wouldn't get better over time, that we would always need very expensive bandaging that would work for his skin, that we would need a full-time nurse to care for him. This wasn't something that would get better over several weeks or months. It was going to be lifelong. There was this moment where you realized it was bigger than you. In that moment of bath and bandages, it's very hard, it's painful, there's anxiety, there's tears, there's frustration.
You cause a lot of pain for him to get those dressings fixed and done, but you have to cause that pain for him to heal and feel better in the long run. And that was the most difficult part of that.
At his 5th birthday, we were sitting around the table saying what we loved about Brady and his wishes and he said he wished for better skin. And being a part of EB Research Partnership is so meaningful for us because they are working so diligently to find relief for our boy.
Gentlemen, what a compelling story.
Yes, it was, Olga, and we hear so many of those stories.
Michael, let me start with you. What is the mission of EB Research Partnership?
At EB Research Partnership, we have one bold, audacious goal, which is to treat, heal, and cure EB. EB Research Partnership was started by a group of parents that simply set out to save their children's lives. When they started the organization 10 years ago, there was little research, it was a bleak landscape. Since then, we've funded nearly 100 projects, raised $40 million, and now we have, for the first time ever, 4 phase 3 clinical trials, which is the last phase before hopeful approvals, because we don't have one yet. What do we look for the next 10 years? We want this disease gone on, and cured. So one of the ways in which we do that is an innovative model called venture philanthropy. And what that means is we don't just write checks and hope for the best. We invest in projects to build an upside so we can generate a return on investment or return on impact, so funds go back to the foundation to fund more research until we cure the disease.
Alex, I was reading here, Elongate is the world's first and largest charity crypto token. So how is Elongate leveraging the power of cryptocurrency for good?
Elongate is more than just a cryptocurrency. It's a social impact movement powered by crypto, and we're building the future of philanthropy. And Elongate is working to make sure that earning always goes hand in hand with giving. And partnering with EB Research Partnership has really given our community an opportunity to stretch its boundaries, reach out, and use its financial resources for mutual benefit. Because with crypto, money doesn't have to be a zero-sum game.
Talk to me, Michael, a little bit more about this partnership and the difference it's making.
Absolutely. You know, when you have big visions and missions like curing a rare disease, you need great teams. So when we met Alex and Elongate, they approached us and say, look, the crypto community is a very generous community. They want to support good causes. Let's talk about how we can do that. So rather than just making a donation, we thought bigger and we said, why don't we create a Crypto for Cures fund where we could leverage Elongate's generosity and expertise in the cryptocurrency space, but use that as a stone that could create ripples and bring many more people in the community and build something that lasts. So our goal is to raise $1 million in cryptocurrency.
Wow.
We're already a third of the way there, so it's been off to the races and a great start.
I want Brady to be happy and live a fulfilling life. And he's a kid like all the other millions and millions of kids around the world, and he deserves that just as much as any of them do. My favorite thing as a dad is the doctor's orders that to keep his fingers flexible, he needs to play as many video games as possible. So that drives Eileen nuts, but that's something we encourage. I encourage.
Kids are very normal about it, and that's really neat to be able to have that relaxing part of the day as the day ends, to be able to play with friends and close the day in that way.
The only way we're going to see changes is through research and new discoveries, and those can change both, treatment and cure of the disease, and that's why we're putting so much time and effort into that research.
Bringing our perspective to EB Research Partnership was something that they valued. So when they reached out to me to be a part of the board, I was very honored and gave us a lot of hope, and it continues to do so. I hope that Brady finds value in himself and purpose and peace.
Gentlemen, obviously there's an urgency for treatment. Michael, talk to me about just how the fact that we're not just searching for a cure for EB. I mean, this is for all rare diseases, right?
Absolutely, and we heard Brady's story. There's so many stories like Brady's, not only in EB but in all of rare disease. So for us, the goal is if we can turn doctor's appointments and bleach baths and bandaging into fun and vacations and really just time being a kid, that's the ultimate goal. That's what we work so hard for. So part of that is the science that we fund. Gene editing, exon skipping, gene therapies can be scaled to other rare diseases. But part of it is having our innovative model, and partnerships like the one with Elongate lead the way for the thousands of other rare diseases.
And goals are important. And what is the goal, or at least the hope, for a cure?
For patients, it's never soon enough, but for the first time ever, leading researchers and scientists around the world believe we have a real chance to cure this disease, not only in our lifetimes, but in the near future. So our goal is to cure this disease by 2030.
Our support is going to go towards so much more than just curing one disease, but many more after that.
Please come back when there is a cure. I'd love a follow-up, and thank you both for what you're doing.
Thank you so much, Olga.
Thank you, Olga.
And if you'd like more information on the work Michael is doing, visit ebresearch.org. And to support Elongate's mission, visit elongate.cc. And you can always just go to our website, super easy, thebalancingact.com.
Are
you ready to unbox a world of wine?
Always.
Of course you are. Today we have expert advice on how to pick the perfect wine, especially for the holidays. Claire Tooley, Master of Wine, joins us virtually. Hi, Claire.
Claire, welcome.
Hello. Lovely to see you.
Oh, it's so great to have you. Claire, you know, wine should be fun,
always
easy, never intimidating, and that's really what Laithwaites is all about. Tell us more about it.
Absolutely. Laithwaites has been putting the fun into wine since 1969 and continues to do so. Wine is made all over the world. We bring those wines to your table to put a smile on your face and on the faces of all those you love, your friends, especially in the holiday season.
You know, Claire, what are the benefits of being part of a wine subscription? You say since 1969. That's an awful long time. Must be some real good benefits, yeah?
Of course there are. Completely flexible, but most important, you've got this wonderful selection, cornucopia of wines from all over the world. We brought today Portugal, South Africa, Italy, California, where I am right now, to the table.
And you know, I don't know about you, Claire, but I think wine is 365 all year long. And the holidays are just around the corner, and you've brought your exclusive top picks, a curated case.
Yes, we have. Just for you, for this table, but for all the holiday season, to cater for everybody's tastes, to make sure that you don't have to worry about the wine because it's going to be delicious, it's delivered to your door, and you've got this wonderful selection. Whites, reds, and bubbles, very important. Keep your bubble count high during the holidays.
And I was inspired to create a few delicious pairings with these wines today. Right here, I've got a beautiful, delicious fried Gulf oyster with some Florida citrus and some mango sauce. Absolutely delicious. And I think it pairs really nice with this Chenin Blanc. This is creamy and buttery, and those are crispy and gooey. It makes it really nice.
Actually, if you smell the wine, all that mango and glorious citrus fruit is right there in the glass too, so that is a perfect match.
Tell us a little bit about what Ralph is pouring in now. Is this a Pinot?
You can never go wrong with a Pinot Noir, and you know what? Perfect for Thanksgiving turkey, because it's all about red fruit and luscious spices on the nose as well, so perfect match.
Oh, this is divine.
Yeah, this is great. It's going to stand up. I put some rosemary and black pepper on top of that chicken, so it's really going to stand up really great. I love the Pinot Noir. It's a little interesting little grape. It's a tough one to grow, but boy, it tastes good. This is some kind of styling bottle you got here, Claire. Talk to me about this.
Isn't it beautiful? So if you can bear it, it would make the perfect gift over the holiday season. But you know what? Keep it for yourself. You deserve it. It's a beautiful jewel-shaped bottle. As important, the wine in the bottle is delicious.
And when you hear that sound, you know what that means, right, Claire?
Perfect. The best sound in the world. It's one to celebrate.
That's like the dinner bell, except in reverse. That's great. You know, I paired that over here. You know, sometimes I'm a little devilish, but I paired this with an angel food cake with some fresh berries and fresh vanilla whipped cream, and then this Prosecco right here.
And Claire, I know you have an amazing offer for our viewers that they have to dive into.
They do. We have a curated selection of wines just for them, just for the Balancing Act viewers. All the wines you could possibly want for the holidays, and some stemless glasses, and the best value and flavors you could ever find.
Thank you so much. Great information. And for our viewers who'd like to learn more about all of this, where can they go, darling?
They can go to laithwaites.com. Easy as that.
Thanks so much, Claire. You are absolutely a bevy of information, and the grape is good.
I gotta say, my favorite, all of them. There you go. Thank you, Claire.
Happy holidays and cheers to you.
Happy holidays. And for more information, just go to our website, thebalancingact.com. And to you.
To you. Happy holidays.
Fantastic. Really nice. I want to buy it. The National Institutes of Health, NIH, estimates that approximately 20 million Americans suffer from some type of peripheral neuropathy, which causes nerve damage and can lead to numbness, tingling, and a loss of sensation in the feet, which leads to balance problems and a high risk of falls. Limited interventions are available for patients suffering from peripheral neuropathy. Pharmaceutical treatments are available for relieving the pain, but there are really few options that treat the balance and mobility issues that can cause it. So we're sitting down with Lars Ottesen, who along with his team invented Walkasins, a wearable medical device that's designed to help address this large unmet need for patients who suffer from peripheral neuropathy. But before we talk with Lars, let's meet Mike, who benefited from this newly available technology. Take a look.
Spent about 27 and a half years in the United States Marine Corps. Spent about 16 years in aerospace industry. And then I retired in about '08 to be a full-time grandpa and golfer. Yeah, it came about 2009. I noticed that I was not feeling from the little toes. And sure enough, I had the beginnings of neuropathy. And that's where Walkasins wound up coming in and helping with the balance. Hand in glove with the improved balance is the improved confidence that you're not going to take a tumble, that you're going to be able to get from point A to point B without lurching about. I've noticed walking up and down the sidewalk, going about daily business, I'm more at ease and feeling that I know where the feet are, what they're reacting to. And I essentially put them on in the morning, take them off at night, charge them up, and get ready for the next day. So you count those little blessings, just the small things that are easier to do.
Oh my word, it's so great to see how this device has helped him.
Yeah, it's great. It's wonderful to see.
Before we talk about Walkasins, I just want to talk a little bit more about peripheral neuropathy. I kind of set the tone. Who's at risk for it?
Diabetic patients who have diabetes, they typically develop numbing in their feet, and that's a big population that we can serve. And also chemotherapy can lead to it, and also idiopathic reasons where we don't know where it came from.
Exactly. So let's talk about Mike now. He obviously suffers from peripheral neuropathy. He's tried a lot of things. Now, how did Walkasins and the medical device that you and your team developed start helping him?
So he found out about Walkasins and he tried it out and it worked really well for him. So you may have seen now in the video that he wears this on a daily basis.
Right.
He puts it on in the morning, charge it overnight, and then he takes it off at night and uses indoors and outdoors, and it helps him function better because suddenly his body, his brain can better feel what the feet are doing.
How does it work?
There's an insole that goes in the shoe, and you saw Mike putting that on, and that measures pressure because these patients have lost the sensation to measure pressure, so the brain doesn't know what's going on underneath the feet. Mm-hmm. We measure that, we take that information hundreds of times per second, and the unit that goes around the leg, that's where the microprocessor is, the algorithm that does all this calculations, and then we activate these small vibrator motors around the leg to give new balance cues about where the body is in space and what's going on when you're moving. And when they walk, they feel the heel strike, which they didn't feel before.
Look at that.
And they feel the toe off, so the brain suddenly knows that this works better, that now the foot is on the ground, the foot is in the air, so the automaticity of walking can function better, and that's what the brain is trying to accomplish.
And the signal is obviously going down and alerting the patient who is actually wearing it. So for some patients, it's as easy as putting it on, and it looked pretty easy. It looks comfortable, no pain whatsoever.
No.
And once they put it on both feet, they get up, they really start instantaneously.
They instantaneously feel it, they can move around a little bit and notice how that happens and start walking, and suddenly they feel the foot is on the ground. Oh wow, I know where my feet are.
Just like riding a bike, if you will.
It's a common comment. I know where my feet are.
That's fantastic. Is this something they can purchase, Lars, or do they have to see their doctor first?
They have to see their doctor to get a script and make sure they're the right patient that we can treat, because it can help everyone, but it helps those who have numb feet, balance problems, and they still can stand up on their own.
Well, going back to Mike and who knows how many other people, what a game changer.
Yeah, it could be, absolutely. It really helps them, and that's wonderful to see.
Oh, that's fantastic. For our viewers who'd like more information, Lars, where can they go?
They can go to walkasins.com. and they can learn a lot about the information about our research, how they can contact us, and go from there.
Great stuff. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time. And if you'd like more information, visit our website, thebalancingact.com.
Thanks so much for joining us today.
Remember to head to our Facebook page and our website and follow us on Twitter.
And you know what you got to do. You got to stay safe, got to love that family of yours, and we'll see you next time.